Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of DadVGirls After Hours,
Hey
episode 34.
34.
And I'm really sorry that we weren't here last week. We're going to get into why we weren't here, but a lot of you guys really actually enjoyed the Best Bits video. I need to actually watch it because I actually want to see.
There was a little clip in there that never made it to the actual
exclusive of Sarah saying muff diving and then laughing.
I thought was hilarious.
Laughing for about 10 minutes straight.
We just watched the clip back and we were all laughing again. So.
But before we get into it, I've actually got a little bone to pick with you straight off the bat.
Oh,
so we were on the Newlyweds podcast, right? Which was great fun. It was really, really good. Jamie and Sophie, really lovely. We got on so well. Like it literally just flew past. Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. Most of it was good. There was a bit which I felt didn't probably need to be said. You threw me right under the bus because you said, you basically spoke about when we were 18 and you were pregnant with Casey. You were basically like, and then like Joel broke up with me just before I gave birth.
You've got a bone to pick with me. I've got a bone to pick with you. You broke up with me when I was heavily pregnant.
Okay, but the way you just threw it out there on the podcast, and then we were all like, you were laughing about it and we were laughing about it. But then obviously it gets clipped, it gets put on TikTok and people are like, I don't get it, it's not funny. That's
TikTok don't seem to have a sense of humor anyway. But firstly, I'm not bothered. It was...
No, I know you're not bothered. I'm bothered that you exposed
I'm bothered. Well, then I'll go back to being bothered that you did that. You know,
this ain't
you need to remember that your actions always have consequences, even 20 years later.
The thing is, right, I was 18. Yes, I was a dick. I did break up with you. It was 20 years ago, and we can look back and laugh about the things that we did when we were 18 and we upset each other.
I'm not upset by it now. It's like,
no, I know you're not upset, but like people want to like hang me on TikTok for it. So
I know, but the only reason they want to hang you is probably because they love me so much that they think it was out of order to me. I'm like, I'm okay, guys.
Do you ever like bring something up and you kind of wish you didn't because you didn't really get across the point you were trying to get across? But
I think you got the point across. It's fine. 20 years ago. Sometimes I cry about it, but most of the time I don't. Joking.
The thing is as well, people don't know, like we were on and off. We were
on a break.
When you fell pregnant with Casey, we weren't even actually technically together at the time. Like we were.
We do say this all the time. Like our relationship of what we was then is nowhere what it was now. We were breaking up, back together. Like it was toxic at times. We've said that. Like it just, it's fine.
So anyway, we weren't here last week because
we broke up.
I found out Sarah's pregnant and I broke up with her again.
I would break up with myself. I'm out of here.
I don't want to be a dad no more. But no, the reason is because Sophie had surgery. So
she had her, grommet. I keep going to say grommets, but she had a grommet fitted, bless her. It was quite a last minute. They kept ringing me weeks before being like, can you come in Monday? I'm like, no, we're away in Disney. Can you do this day? Can you do that? No. And then it was like, can you do this day? And I was like, I've turned them down about 3 times now. They're going to think I'm not serious. So we were like, yes. So we had to get her in. And it went so smoothly. It couldn't have gone any better. There's been a time before that Sophie had anaesthetic. And
when she was a baby.
And it was really bad. She ended up in intensive care. We didn't think she was going to make it. So you and me are always really worried when we've got to...
Even though she's been under anaesthetic multiple times since then, it always sticks in our mind because there was like no reason for it. She went down for like, it wasn't even a surgery, it was just a procedure just for them to like put a camera and have a look around her like airways and stuff. And then from her going down like being absolutely fine and then she was like, she literally looked like she was hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, it was.
And that was like
I think it scarred us.
It was so traumatic because it was so unexpected. She wasn't ill.
Although she was so sweet because so basically we were in at 7:30. She got taken down first. And then when she came back up, she woke up and she was like, oh, I've got new teeth. What have they done to my teeth? I was like, no, you've had your ears. But basically where they'd put the tube in, they'd caught her gum. And obviously that's all she could feel. The ears, she felt no pain.
She thought she had a new set of veneers. She thought she was in Turkey. She thought she woke up with a hair transplant and new teeth.
Like, have I got new teeth? But I was like, no.
The thing is, because before when she had to go for under anaesthetic, she did have a problem with her tooth. So she probably thought about that. And also where you kept saying, like we were saying, like, oh, you're going to have a grommet in your ear. She thought she was getting a hearing aid.
Yeah,
she was so excited.
I'm going to hear better. I'm going to have it on the back of my ear. I'm like, no, it's not a hearing aid. It goes right inside. You can't see it. It's very hard to explain to Sophie.
Although they did obviously like they cleaned out all of the wax and stuff in it
so
on both ears.
She's hearing so well.
She can literally like she can hear someone folding a piece of bread from a mile away. Like she's like it's like her. She actually, I think she almost wanted her ear defenders. Just
she's been wearing them a lot more now, and also in the car today. So basically, not sure if we've spoke on this, but Sophie used to have transport to and from school. And we did touch on it that she was bullied in that taxi, but then she got a different taxi. But she spoke to us going back to school before September and told us that she's really unhappy and feels nervous, feels scared in the taxi. So I'm driving her. So I'm now driving 2 hours. It takes me, I have to leave the house at 8. It takes me an hour to get there because of the traffic and an hour to get back. So today's driving, it's been 3.5 hours because that 2 hours and then an hour and a half here. Anyway,
just for the record, I drove here.
You drove here, but I was in the car. I've got to drive home.
True.
Anyway, she said to me today on the way to school, Mummy, I just want some nice calm music. Nothing too loud, just to be calm. I was like, what do you mean? Like, what do you want calm? I don't know. Just my ears, I don't want it too loud. I just need it quiet. So we had Disney songs on quite low. So she's really cute. She
was also really sweet this morning, right? So she's got a bit of a thing about having either her haircut or when I get my haircut. So I get my haircut like 6 a.m. in the morning for some reason, just because that's the only time I can seem to like fit it in. So I know whenever I get back from my haircut that she'll be waiting for me by the door and she'll literally have this huge smile on her face and she'll be like, you got your haircut? And then she comes over because it get it like really short. She starts like, you know, when it feels all fuzzy. She literally for about 5 minutes just like rubbing my head and rubbing my beard.
Are you going to wear no hat today? Thinking everyone's going to see your new haircut and you've got a hat on.
I was actually, but then I had a bit too much like product in my hair. It was stressing me out. You know how it goes. So yeah.
No, she's very observant with things like that.
But anyway, that is the reason we weren't here.
Yes. Yeah. But it all went well. Important. It went really well and I'm glad and she's happy. So yeah, all good. But then I thought you was going to say something. You literally look like you're holding on to something in your mouth. No?
I'm trying not to do heavy breathing down the mic. I'm a mouth breather. I always get really, I forget, and then I suddenly get really self-conscious. Like, am I breathing heavy down the mic?
You was
I watched this clip. There was a podcast clip that came up the other day, right? And there was like 3 or 4 people on the podcast, and one of the guys, I think it was actually a kid, was breathing so heavy down the mic when he wasn't talking that it literally was giving me like tremors because I was thinking, one day that will be me.
Yeah.
And that's all I'll be known for.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
So sorry.
So my birthday celebrations have gone on quite a bit this month. It's been very enjoyable.
Goodness, have they gone on?
Why are you saying it like that? You've enjoyed every single thing I've organized.
I have, but bloody hell, like Sarah's birthday is going to become a national holiday. It is like...
You're all very welcome if you all get to have that as a national holiday because it's amazing.
Everyone just needs a day off work for National Sarah Day. It's like, it's been fun. No, I'm not going to lie, it's been fun.
It's been the best. It hasn't just been fun.
Extensive.
I'm sorry that your birthday's in January, it's cold and it's boring, there's not much going on, no one's got money. That mine is mid of the year, the sun's still shining, we get to do nice things.
You don't sound sorry.
No, I'm not really sorry.
Being a January birthday is the worst birthday you could possibly have. I hate it. I want to move it. I don't know why I don't just move it to August.
We tried that and it didn't work.
Well, we didn't actually fully commit to it. I kept saying I was just going to start telling people.
Because people were like, no, I can't because do I buy them a present in January or August?
Both. My God, yours is going on for a month. At least I could have 2 birthdays, 2 days a year.
Yours always goes on for long as well. It's the same thing. I do things with the family and then things with our friends.
I'm only joking. Your birthday has been really fun.
So we went to Disney for my birthday, Disneyland Paris, which we went on the Friday, back on the Sunday. Had the best time. So firstly, we got the plane because it actually worked out cheaper to get the plane and pay for a taxi.
So we took your mum and dad,
yeah,
and then all of the girls. So there's 9 of us, right?
Yeah.
it was £3,000 to get the Eurostar, right? And it was 1,500 quid for all of us to fly.
Yeah.
So no brainer.
It was just easier, and it worked out. It was really quick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Easy.
But oh my God, did Sarah make the worst decision, right?
Oh, you are right. I do agree.
So Sarah's like, yeah, we're all going to take hand luggage because then we don't have to like wait for it to come off the belt and we can just grab our luggage and go. And that's like such a good idea. And I sort of hesitated and I sort of questioned it. I said,
you questioned it 10 minutes before we're leaving for the airport. Should we take big suitcases? It wasn't like a...
Yeah, okay, but I did question it.
You did question
I didn't question it enough time to do anything about it, but I questioned it. I was like, I'm not sure that all of us taking hand luggage, because every single person, that's 9 hand luggage.
And 2 buggies.
2 buggies, and also obviously like Maddie, right?
Well, yeah, like a 2-year-old taking on her suitcase. I didn't really think that.
Getting on and off the plane was crazy, to the point strangers were coming up to us and helping us, like grabbing suitcases for us, because we've got Maddie in one arm, like I'm pretty sure she was having a bit of a meltdown. So she was having a meltdown. Got Maddie, I got like 3 bags, whatever. Everyone's hands are full. This lady just literally come and started grabbing our suitcases, like, oh, let me help you.
Everyone was so nice though.
But you know what it's like, right? It's always a struggle for getting your hand luggage in the overhead thing. We had so much hand luggage and buggies or whatever. It was like literally going about 8, 9, 10 aisles back.
As we're getting off, we're like, can you pass up the blue suitcase that's like behind you, behind that man?
I felt like the whole plane knew about the situation because people were like shouting down, hey, like, do you need, like, shout out your suitcase. I'm like, oh, like a black one, of this one. People like passing it down.
It was so nice because normally people can feel so judged when your kids are kicking off and you're struggling. Like, I feel so stressed and anxious flying and getting on planes anyway. So the fact that everyone was like that, it was actually so nice. I wonder if it's just because people were in a nice mood of going to Disney and Paris.
Well, they might not have been going to Disney.
I said, or Paris.
Okay.
Everyone was really nice.
Everyone was really nice.
But so then we checked them in going home because we could not go through that. I was like, Joel, you are right. We should have put a suitcase in for sure.
So we just checked all the hand luggage in because it's free at that point. They don't mind. They'll let you check it in. The hand luggage.
Because it is nice because obviously Maddie doesn't have dummies, she doesn't have nappies, so we literally can now just walk on with like their little backpack of toys and snacks. It is so easy. So it was actually so enjoyable to fly home without having to worry about like changing her bum or this or that, you know, like
not dealing with like 800 hand luggage.
800, yeah. It was stressful.
But anyway, so yeah, we went Disney and we like, just for context, I've been to Disneyland Paris once, but I was like 11. You took Casey and Grace when they were little, but...
Was that like 9 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't go. You went with like your sister.
Yeah.
Something. And I always... Because I never really... I'll be honest. I never really like want to go on like European holidays. I don't know why. I always want to go to like places like America and stuff. And also because I grew up in Florida, I always want to go back to Florida. So for me... I just always like wrote off Disneyland Paris in my head. I was kind of like, I'm not interested in going. I'd rather go Disney World in Florida, right?
You can't just do that for a weekend.
No, but I was kind of like, I'd rather just not go. That was always like my mindset. I don't know why. I just wrote it off like I won't like it because it's not Florida.
Yeah.
But I actually had such a good time. Like genuinely, it was like magical and wholesome and I can't even say like enough good things about how much of a good time I had. Other than the food. Food in Disney is terrible.
In Disney is so bad. Like you need to take your snacks. Take like just your own hand luggage of like croissants and stuff for the kids to eat. Like,
it's like they go out of their way to be like, how much could we charge and how bad could we make this food?
Yeah.
Like that's the challenge that they've been set.
Yeah.
Like it's so bad and it's so expensive.
Even at a restaurant we went to out of the park, we went to a restaurant because they got the little Disney village, that dinner we had, and it was literally like chicken with nacho chips, nacho crisps. Like it wasn't even nachos.
It weren't. It was just Doritos.
And it was
Doritos with a little like a little honestly, like a little sauce that you just peel back and it was like salsa. They sold it to us on the menu like we was getting like proper nachos.
Because it looked like a proper country and western place, and it was
bad.
Really the food was.
But anyway, we get the food.
Was all right. Stick to the McDonald's.
Mackie D's, you can't go wrong with Mackie D's. Wherever you go in the world, it's
so yeah. Well, they didn't have a lot of, but didn't they? Their things were different. They didn't have.
What didn't they have? Everyone had what they wanted.
Chicken mayo.
Okay, we didn't have chicken mayos.
The kids like a chicken. I thought it was something else. I thought something for my mum, but yeah.
They had some other weird stuff on the menu. So all of this is in the vlog. We did, we shot 2 vlogs while we were there. So all of this stuff
obviously, yeah, we surprised the girls. They had no idea we were going. I kept it from them. So even
they thought they were going to school that morning. Imagine that, waking up and thinking, oh, another day at school.
Yeah, we shouldn't let people know they were meant to go to school.
No, it was a weekend, right? It was a national Sarah holiday.
Yeah.
It's Sarah's birthday. It's a national holiday.
Oh, yeah, guys. If the school could just acknowledge that.
Yeah, we'll just pretend you didn't hear that. They had nothing else going on
that
day.
They had diarrhea.
No school. Oh, no, I won't say. Should I say? So when we went back to school on the Monday, Chloe's teacher was like, oh, Sophie, Chloe, you feeling better today? I didn't know what you'd said to the school because I wasn't involved in that. I just went, and I just went, bye, Chloe.
Yeah, but then she then told me, because I said to her, remember, Chloe, on Friday, I told you had diarrhea. She was so embarrassed. Why did you tell them?
Why did you say diarrhea?
Because they can't. They always say yes, day off. If you say like something like
sickness bug.
I also didn't want to jinx things. I didn't want a sickness bug in the house.
You don't want diarrhea in the house.
Well, could be something she's eaten. Anyway, so I say this to her. So she goes to school on Monday. She comes home. She went, okay, Mum, the nice teacher said to me, oh, you feeling better? She said, no, I looked at her, I went, I wasn't really ill. I just went somewhere super special for my mum's birthday as a celebration. She said, oh, where did you go? She went, Disneyland Paris. I was like, Chloe, you throw me into the bush.
I didn't even know about this.
It's the nice teacher. It was like her TA I'm like, Chloe.
Yeah. Oh my God. And what did she say to the other teacher? Just like, oh yeah, I'm feeling much better now.
Oh yeah, she did, yeah.
So
the other teacher, we're going off topic now because we're talking about Disney, but the other teacher she's finding really strict. She's gone into year 2. It's a little bit more serious. It's a little bit more like starting to learn. And the teacher is being a lot more strict. So she shouts a lot. So Chloe is struggling with that. I'm trying to hope that it will calm down a bit. So no, she didn't tell her because she wouldn't dare tell her that she was lying. So thankfully.
The thing is though, the strict teacher thing, it's like she's doing her homework. And she's making sure she gets her reading done. So on one hand, it's like, and on the other hand, it's like, she's actually like.
I do find this, I am finding this because, right, I said, because she started to say, I've got a bellyache, or I don't want to go in, or can I skip year 2? Can I change schools? Because she doesn't like how strict this teacher is. Part of me is like, I wouldn't go to a workplace if someone was shouting at me all the time. Why should I put Chloe somewhere? And Chloe's not the one being shouted at, like, just so I can be clear. It's like there's other people in the class that aren't listening. So the teacher is constantly shouting. So she's not the one being shouted at, but I wouldn't want to be around that negativity all the time. So I get why the teacher's shouting, but I also get why Chloe would feel the way.
It shouldn't be a stressful environment. Like the kids spend so much of their day there.
And I spoke to other parents and their children are the same. There's people that aren't being shouted at that also are struggling with not wanting to go so I am trying to say, like, hopefully it's just because she has to be quite strict in the beginning for the kids to listen and it will die down. But also on the flip side, like you said, she never wanted to read at home. She never wanted to do her homework. And now she's doing all of it.
Yeah, but should she be doing it out of fear? Like, she's scared stiff, so she's like doing it. That's not really great, is it?
And obviously we've always said about Grace having really bad anxiety at school. Like, I just don't want that again. I feel scarred from going through that with Grace, that I used to drive her to school. She would look so sad, Grace, obviously, with the anxiety. I'd make her go to school because it's the right thing to do. And I would drive away crying, ring you, be like, I can't do this. Like, I don't think I can do it again with Chloe. And I can see there is slight anxiety.
I think there is a little bit there, but I don't think it's anywhere. I think even at Chloe's age, Grace
Grace already had it. But I'm like, so where I can see like the base
there is like a little bit of it, yeah.
I don't want that to grow because we both know anxiety can all of a sudden hit you out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So if it's already slightly there, I'm already like, I'm ready to change schools.
You're ready to nip it in the butt.
Like, we need to find a Miss Honey.
But then, or maybe we just need to, like, if a lot of parents feel like that, maybe we just need to have a conversation with the school.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of just seeing.
Anyway, we were talking about Disney.
But yeah,
so
Disney.
What was we saying about Disney? Okay, so Disney, we did like a full-on Disney experience, right? A Disney experience that we've never done before. So it's going to sound a bit
bougie.
Bougie. It is. It doesn't. Yeah.
It is a little bit bougie.
It is bougie. It was expensive, but we did.
Yeah. And we had our reasons why. Like, so for example, we
haven't said what we did.
I was about to.
All right. So we booked this thing that is basically at Disney. You can book a VIP tour. So you basically get like a tour guide dedicated to you for 6 hours, and they take you around the park and they take you straight onto the ride, like front of the queue. It's kind of like having a fast pass, but you get like a physical person who does it, and they also know where all the rides are. They know like the most efficient way. We wanted to shoot this video where it's kind of like, how many rides could you physically possibly do in Disney in one day if you kind of had like this cheat code? That's kind of how I looked at it.
Yeah, because if you're queuing, you're only going to do a few because the waits are like 45
I think on average
minutes.
you're probably going to do about 4 rides in a day.
Yeah. So a couple of reasons. One, we were filming a video, so we wanted to make sure we could get on all the rides. 2, which was my main reason, was Sophie doesn't actually really like rides. She went on one ride, which was the Slinky Dog. She went on that twice. That's it. The whole time. She outright refused. She was very happy to sit, watch, and being part of the environment. But if I was the Friday, Saturday, and the Sunday non-stop trying to get on rides, queuing, that wouldn't have been nice for her. Like, and I couldn't have got the disabled pass because she's not going on them.
Because so many people messaged me that, and I was like, no, because Sophie don't want to. She don't want to do the rides.
So in actual fact, it meant that actually for 6 hours we did that. But she was very happy. Like when you watch our vlog, you'll see she came. It was someone waiting with her. She'd get an ice cream. She'd get popcorn. She'd get a merch. She'd get.
Mate, honestly, the amount of merchandise that kid came home with was
backpacks. You paid €100.
€100 for a Disney backpack, and it was like this gold backpack. I was like, is it real gold? Like why is it
honestly
100? The thing is with Sophie, once she's got it in her head, for me, it's kind of like I either like say no, and then we have like a bad day with Sophie, or I say yeah, and then we have a good day with Sophie. But the thing is, she kind of really took advantage of that whole thing because I thought the backpack would be it, and it weren't. It was like the backpack, then it was like the pins on the lanyard thing, and then it was like she wanted the little. Everyone was walking around with these characters like on their shoulder. She honestly. If you go on my TikTok,
have you posted it yet?
Yeah, I posted it. It's like that TikTok sound where it's like, I feel like you're only here for the zip line. So mine's like, I feel like you're only here for the souvenirs, and it cuts to Sophie, and she literally head to toe in Disney merch. So,
but she loved it, but it was all worth it. So yeah, and I feel a bit of a fraud because when people ask for advice on like stuff, I was a bit like, it's a little bit different because we did do this way. So I found it a little bit tricky, but it's what we needed to do to be able to enjoy the weekend so that I didn't feel too guilty on Sophie. So,
and I wanted to get this video done. So
yeah, it worked out well. And then it meant the rest of the time we were just taking it all in. And I think that's why we found it so wholesome. Like
the day after, then we didn't feel like we
shows. We did.
Yeah. The shows, do you know what? I actually, again, like I did with Disneyland Paris, I wrote the shows off. I thought, I'm not interested in the shows. I just want to do rides. Yeah. That's what you're paying for. That's what you're here for. Like.
No, hang on a second. What you wrote off was meeting the
I wrote off everything. What's wrong with me?
Maddie's face.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, she's so magical. It was literally like, we all could have cried, couldn't we? We're just looking at
that. That made my whole weekend. Just meeting the princesses with Maddie.
Oh, I'm glad you said with Maddie.
What?
It made my weekend meeting the princesses.
No, I'll be honest, the princesses were mid. Like they weren't.
The Florida.
I feel like the Florida ones are like.
Yeah.
They're like.
I think there's a Florida Ariel that sticks to.
She's stuck in my mind for many years. I sometimes wonder what's she doing now.
You can flip and have.
No, anyway. Back on topic. So Maddie meeting the princesses was just the best thing. Like literally.
She loved it.
We were taking pictures with her, and instead of her looking at the camera, her face, she's just looking up at the princess in awe, like just smiling. And it was just like beautiful. So like that, if you said to me, should we do that? I would have been like, no, that's a waste of time. We're just meeting princesses. Like, let's just do rides. The shows were unreal. And again, I would not have done them.
What was the best one? The Toy Story one was so good.
Toy Story one was brilliant.
Yeah.
The other one I don't know because I fell asleep during.
Mickey Mouse Magic. That was still good. But you fell asleep.
I slept through that. That was well worth it though. That was brilliant. We just done 6 hours.
Well, that was when we'd done the 6 hours and we asked to end at the show so we could all sit down. We thought we'd be able to sit down, eat and drink, but you weren't even allowed to eat popcorn in there. So we were like, oh.
And then the next day, because we'd already done all the rides, like we did a couple of rides, but we kind of just took in the atmosphere. It was really nice. It was
no pressure, no rush. It was really
and we stayed in the Disneyland hotel. So that's the first time we've ever stayed in like a...
And their fireworks in the evening, and the illumination
I was in bed.
show. You stayed back with the little ones. I took Chloe with me, but me and the girls and my mum went and watched. Like, unreal. Like, it's so good. Honestly, it was just all so magical. So I did have the best birthday, so thanks.
Well, that's not everything though, is it?
What?
What else do we do for you? I feel like it was other things. Obviously, Sarah's birthday party we're going to talk about in the next episode.
Yeah, but that's what I did for my birthday, Disney and that.
Really?
Yeah. When you say it keeps lasting, I didn't do anything else. I didn't
it's because I'm taking you to the spa.
Yeah, but you chose to do that.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, but you
don't sound ungrateful.
No, as in you're saying it lasting. I was like, I did Disney.
I feel like it did last longer. I think as well, wait.
I didn't do anything.
Is that all we did?
Yeah, because
it felt like we did loads.
I did Disney with my family and then the party with my friends.
Oh.
My sister came over last night for some birthday cake that I still had left over. You weren't there, we didn't even sing happy birthday to me, so it weren't really a birthday celebration. We just ate the cake. So just 2 things, really.
Well, no, now that sounds bad, but like those 2 things were like big things. Big
of course they were. I'm saying you before were like this whole month, and I was like, oh.
Also, like I was finding it really hard to be like thoughtful for you, but you know, we had this whole conversation about being thoughtful for your birthday. It's so hard because you'd already thought of everything. Like you'd already like done like even for your party. It was like I was trying to think of things like you'd thought of everything, right? Yeah. So it was kind of hard because you're always like 2 steps ahead on everything.
Yeah, but I have to.
But even at Disney, like I tried to like get them to like get out the room for your birthday with balloons and everything. They just made it so difficult. They just were like basically refused to do it.
You could have brought some, just blown them up like.
Imagine
with your asthma.
And then I think as well is because for your birthday, right? For your actual birthday present, it was really difficult because you like seen a handbag that you wanted, right? So I was like, in my mind, I was like, yeah, cool, I'm going to get you that for your birthday. And then we were at the airport going to that wedding and you were like, oh, I'm going to buy myself the handbag from Dior. And I was like, oh, that's what I was going to get you for your birthday. So now I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to buy it for you for your birthday. So then it didn't really feel like I like properly got you like a gift for your birthday because we were just buying it at the airport. It was like a week before your birthday.
Yeah, but you know, that doesn't.
It just felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I was really finding it hard. And then obviously, yeah, I did book us a spa. So
yeah, which I am really looking forward to.
And I got you those trainers.
I actually really need it. Not these ones.
Not those ones. Casey
got me these ones. But yeah.
Casey does actually get you good presents. And Grace made you something really sweet as well.
That was so sweet. She made me, so she got a bottle of tequila rosé, which is, I was going to say my favourite, but it's just my favourite shot if we're out on a party. And then she made like, so she got from the florist like the green, like wherever flowers go in. I don't know. And then put all flowers on. So it was like flowers on top. So it's really cute.
It was actually really it was thoughtful. A few days late, week late.
Couple of days late.
That's all right. That's Grace.
I don't mind. It was there.
Better late than never.
The thought was there.
Oh, the other thing I was going to say about Disney is Chloe, right? She was trying to do all of like the crazy fast rides.
The weird thing over there is that the rides, she could go on every single ride but one. They were all 1.2. Even the fastest, biggest rides, like weirdly, because I feel like anywhere else they would have been 1.4. So she was so excited. She could do everything we could do except for one ride. Go on then, I'll let you tell the next bit.
So we there's a roller coaster. It used to be called the Rock and Roller, but they've changed it to like Avengers or something now.
Avengers Assemble.
And this roller coaster, like if anyone's been on Stealth, they know like the first part of Stealth, like it shoots you from like 0 to 60 miles an hour in like whatever. It literally feels like it's never going to stop. Like it literally just shoots you. So it does that. at the beginning, which is intense. Like I find it intense.
Yeah, it just shoots off so quick. It goes straight into the dark, and then the rest of it is in the dark. Loops upside down, round and round. You can't see. Now, first of all, before I am such a panicker, especially the fact that she wanted to sit next to Casey in front of me, and I'm behind with Grace. I couldn't enjoy the whole ride because all I kept thinking was, well, if she's fallen out now, no one can see. It's pitch dark.
Why is she gonna fall?
Because she's so little in a big old ride going upside down. As we're going upside down, like, please don't fall out. Please don't fall out. Like, I honestly can't enjoy the ride when she's on it with me. Like,
I kind of feel like I was more just like, oh, she's probably terrified because this is actually.
You weren't thinking, you was all like, wah!
Scream if you want to go faster.
Yeah, you weren't thinking of.
I was thinking about her.
Oh, okay, fine.
The first bit, and then I enjoyed it. So when the ride come to a stop, it was still sort of like quite dark, and Casey's like, Chloe. And I was like, what? And then Chloe also went and like woke up. She had like passed out on the ride.
Yeah.
And she was like going to Casey like, what happened? Like, did it go outside or like, what did it? She didn't even know what had happened.
She couldn't remember from the taking off bit. So it must have gone at such force, it made her pass out. I'm then like, we were laughing like, oh my God, because I don't think we quite believed it. And then afterwards, like the more I thought about it, I was like, oh my goodness, like, in fact, she's passed out. I'm then a little bit freaked out. She's like, can I go on it again? I'm like, absolutely not. I was like, why? Well, I don't know what happened in it.
She don't remember it.
She's like, I want to go back on. She's like, and I'm like,
she's a little daredevil.
Yeah.
And she did the Tower of Terror, like the
twice
elevator ride. That is my favorite ride. But the thing is, the first time she went on it, she literally was screaming like terrified.
She was the second time because we didn't get on it the second time. Dad went on it with Casey.
She didn't look like she was having a good time.
She wanted to go on it. And they're like, well, you sure? Because you were crying on the first one. Yeah. She cried and was crying again, but she can't not. Honestly, that kid has got some.
She's like Casey was like that when she was little as well. Casey always wanted to do all the big, best rides, fastest rides. Like she's got
Casey said that ride that she passed out on, she said the same thing as like she couldn't enjoy the ride because she was worrying about Chloe. She was like, she had her arm and her leg over her to make sure she wouldn't fall out. But then all she could see was her head like bouncing around where she would pass out. I was like, oh God. But you see these on TikTok, there's videos of those slingshots and people pass
people
out.
pass out.
Why? What is it?
The G-force.
What is it? Like what?
G-force.
But what? Like that takes your breath away or?
I don't know. I don't know what the science is. I don't know. But like it can happen to like pilots and stuff like and astronauts. No,
not enough.
No, not commercial pilots.
Oh gosh. I was like, wait, what? When we're on a plane, like, give me a new fear. You know me, I'm already scared on a plane. That's why there's...
As in like fighter jet pilots from the G-force, as in ones that go super fast. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. And then when we got the aeroplane back, we did put our suitcases in...
Yeah, we said that.
Did we?
Yeah, we've had this conversation.
Okay, well, we did. But then I was going to talk about that mouse that you found while I was in the toilet.
There was a mouse running around the airport and everyone else was like freaked out or just ignoring it. And Sophie was like chasing it around. I think she had a water bottle in her hand. And I put it on my story. She was literally like, ah-ya!
Oh,
like God. Literally trying to like squish this thing. But yeah.
Well, now we've since been to Disney. Maddie now has a real obsession with the colour pink because she loved the princess with the pink dress. So she now wants it's going to be her birthday in October and she wants a pink party with pink balloons, a pink dress, like everything pink. Pink's her new favourite. So yeah, better get
brilliant. Well, at least it's just one colour theme. Like that's pretty easy.
That's going to be hell.
Oh, you're going to have to get her princesses for her birthday party. You can like hire them where they come to your house and you don't look too excited about that. I thought that'd be right up your street. I thought I was like onto something. I thought you were like, oh my God, that's such a good idea. You're like, nah.
Yeah.
I
want to bigger and better things for her. She's too free. Don't know. I'm joking.
She's got no ideas.
I'm joking. No, I could do that. That's cute.
I feel like at the moment, like we have so much good like content lined up on the DVG main channel. Obviously, we've got the Disney vlogs. We've got the one of like trying to get all the rides done in one day. We just did that throw the dart at the map and we have to drive wherever it lands, which, guys, if you saw this video, right? We landed this dart, right? We were going anywhere in like UK, like mainland UK. We got the middle of Scotland, right? with a car journey with just the 3 little ones. And I was like, oh my God, really regretting this idea now. But we stuck to it because we said that's what we're going to do.
We really enjoyed it.
It was actually a really good trip. So we did it over 3 days. We stopped off 2 nights. We kind of set ourselves some challenges along the way. But we basically had to get to this very specific place where we had landed the dart. Well, what happened, sir? What happened? What happened?
Okay, I accidentally put the wrong place in. But I think it's because we kept putting different places in and I'd got confused and they started with the same letter. But I don't know.
We turned up at this place and we started celebrating, right? We were like, yeah, we made it.
Driving, it felt
we literally felt like we'd achieved some marathon or something, right? And then when I went on the map to basically show where we were to the camera, I realised we were like an hour and a half away and we did not have time to complete it.
But at least it was in the right direction because I've done it before when I was going on a girls' trip, this was years ago, to Butlins. We were heading there, put it in the sat-nav, back then when you have a TomTom, put it in there, we're driving, I'm getting excited, like, we're nearly there. My friend was in the back, she woke up and she was like, we're not nearly there. I was like, yeah, we are, it says like 10 minutes there. She's like, I'm telling you now, I know where Butlins is, we're not near it. I was like, yeah, and we looked on the map. I'd taken us to the head office of Butlins.
It was like Birmingham.
In the opposite direction.
It was Birmingham. You couldn't get more opposite direction.
So we've drove 2 hours that way. Now we've got to drive 4 hours that way.
Which is so crazy to me, right? Because when you drive there to like towards Birmingham from where we live, it literally has huge signs and it says the North.
I don't understand that.
And
I didn't understand.
How do you not know that the Butlins that you were heading to, which you've been to loads of times, is literally on the south coast?
I don't know.
That blows my mind. But yeah.
No.
So anyway, we were an hour and a half away. We actually had obviously we had to get back home. We had things like we physically did not have time to complete the mission.
I know. It's
but actually, to be fair, I'm kind of glad it happened because I feel like it made the video even funnier.
We still achieved because we got to Scotland. We got to
Scotland, yeah. But yeah, so that video, I feel like we should do that video again, but like I
really want to do more of it.
Either fly anywhere in the world or drive somewhere in Europe.
No, I want to do more of like, I realised like you can get so much done and now in a weekend as well. So we could go and explore new places. Like there's so many places near us that we could go. Like even like someone said about the Cotswolds, like we've actually never been there, but we could do that over a weekend. And
if we can land the dart on the map in the Cotswolds, it's quite specific.
Well, apparently you thought you'd be able to get Cornwall and you got us to Scotland. So maybe aim for Scotland and you'll
No, but what about if we actually threw a dart at a map of Europe and we had to drive there? That could be fun. Or we fly anywhere in the world. Like we've never done that before. That would be so fun. You don't look convinced.
I don't know, because your dart throwing is what's putting me off.
Yeah, but that's the whole fun of it. Like it could be anywhere.
Oh, he got so cocky, threw it backwards behind him, thinking he'd be able to get... Honestly.
I threw a dart and missed by...
That much?
30 centimetres.
The whole map?
You drove us to the wrong place, miles away, and you literally had technology to help you. Well, if it was
on the map, it wouldn't be that much anyway.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
So anyway, what was the other good content that we've got? So we did a cooking video with Casey in Tennessee on the main channel. That is one of my favorite videos. We basically had to take £10 worth of ingredients and try and make it into a, air quotes, £10,000 meal, which obviously is impossible. But basically you tried to make a gourmet meal out of it. That was so much fun. I actually really
What's the one that you watched last night that's going out?
The one I watched last night, which when we're filming this will be going out tonight, so it will already be out by the time you're watching this podcast, is Guess the Language. So like we basically had people come into the studio.
And Tennessee was with us on that.
Tennessee's becoming like a regular guest on our main like studio videos. So we basically just had like people come in. They have to speak in their language and we have to put a pin on the map of where we think, what language we think they're speaking. I watched the video back last night. It's so funny.
Is it?
I think that is, again, one of my favourite videos.
Yeah.
Like.
No, it's nice. We are really enjoying filming those style of videos. We've said it before, but like with Casey and Grace being that bit older, and it's just, they are so much more enjoyable.
Also, people keep saying, where's Grace? Because Grace hasn't been in so many of the studio videos. But what people don't realise is like, we actually filmed a lot of these videos a while ago.
Well, our studio videos, we are now done until November. We've got so many backed up. We're filming one next week, which will be a Halloween special. And we're filming the 1 week after that for a Christmas special. So then we'd have all our studio videos done. And we're just putting our vlogs. We're just filming our vlogs. So there's so many that Grace...
Because we basically, with those studio videos, we can shoot 2 in a day.
Yeah.
And they're so fun and easy to film. They're literally like, we turn up to the studio and it's just like, it's just fun. The reason that Grace wasn't in a lot of the studio videos is because we actually filmed a lot when she was doing her GCSEs.
Don't lie, it's because we leave her out.
We leave her out.
TikTok like to say. We leave Grace out all the time. No, yeah.
But to be fair,
she's in a lot of them now because she's not, so there'd be a backup of like, and even she's filmed, literally we're here and she's filming for Casey's channel.
Yeah, so now Casey's like, I want to do some of these studio videos on my channel. So they've actually got the whole cooking set up and they're filming with... She's got Romy and Ava this morning and then Grace joining in the afternoon to film a sister cook-off challenge. Yeah. And the other thing I was going to say is, I don't know, not everyone knows, but we've actually have a second channel, which is DadVGirls Extra. The reason not a lot of people know is because over the last 4 years, we've uploaded about 4 videos. So on average, about 1 a year. But I uploaded a video the other day to it. Basically, the reason I uploaded this video to
on Sarah's National Day.
What?
Annually.
Oh, right. Sarah's... Okay. Oh, good. Oh. That's a good one, that.
So's posting once a year on the Extra channel.
The reason I posted that video on the Extra channel is because I just felt like it was a really good video, but thumbnail title-wise, I felt like it wouldn't perform that well on the main channel. So I just thought I'll post it on the second channel because I still want people to see it. So I just want to let people know there is an Extra channel. You should subscribe to it because once a year, you might just get a little treat. It's like Christmas. Yesterday, I was in the office, right? And the Soulskin social media team, which there's 3 of them now, right? So they gang up on me. They basically come to me with this.
Oh, you feel like everyone gangs up on you in the office. You're like, all of...
No, but they do because you rally them. Rally them against me. You come in and just start mugging me off in front of everyone. It's already hard enough being like one of the only guys. But anyway, so they basically came to me. They were like, "Oh, we want to film this TikTok," and it's basically where they wrote the script for me, being Gen Zs, and then me being a millennial has to basically say it. So it was incredibly embarrassing. Like really, really. The opening line was, "Hey, Soulskin girly pops," while I make a heart. Yeah, it's really embarrassing.
I don't know anyone that talks like that.
Gen Z's talk like that. But it was like an over-exaggerated Gen Z thing.
I actually genuinely don't get this whole millennial Gen Z, like how you know when who's a millennial.
It depends when you're born, but basically we all have like different like traits. It's like a stereotype of like millennials. Anyway. But basically, I knew all the stuff from the script. Like, I know what all the terms and stuff mean. But anyway, there is this quiz going around. It's like a brainrot quiz. Basically, see how much of this stuff you know. So I thought we could do this quiz and see.
I'm not going to have a clue.
See, you really are a true millennial. I'm like a Gen Z, but I was just born at the wrong time.
No. You just watch far too much TikTok for your age.
Yeah, that is a true statement. All right, so let's kick it off, okay? Who is the king of the Costco chicken bake? Is it Case O, Big Justice, or Sketch?
Big Justice.
Oh, damn you! You just to say though, right? You guessed.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Do you know who they are?
No.
Double chunk chocolate cookie.
What?
Boom or doom. Well, you've never seen that.
What are you saying?
Okay, you can't. Try explaining them to someone who doesn't know them. It's impossible. Okay, who is this? Is this Kai Cenat, Phantom, or Drosky?
Kai Cenat.
How are you guessing these?
Because it says it there. YouTube, Kai Cenat.
Oh, no. On the picture, it literally says...
his name.
It credits him.
That's
okay. Fill in the blank with the correct 2024 word. He pulls all the girls in with his swagger game Riz.
Oh, it's got to be game, right?
Nope. It's Riz.
What's Riz? What's Riz?
Riz is like, it's like
game.
Chat. Yeah, it's like.
Oh, okay.
I think it comes from the word charisma. What is universally known as the worst US state, at least on TikTok? Missouri, Ohio. Idaho, or Ohio?
Ohio.
I don't actually know. I think I would say Ohio as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just like nothing there.
No, I saw this on the what's that?
On the YouTube.
No, what's that Netflix series I was watching with the mums, Talk Mums?
Oh, the Mormons. Is that where they live?
Yeah, they were saying about that being known on TikTok.
It's just like farmland, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been, yeah.
What's the term for someone who's good at getting women and their numbers? Casanova, Rizzler, Gooner.
Gooner.
No, it's Rizzler.
Oh.
You know it from previous, literally like 2 questions ago.
I thought it was a trick question.
God.
Oh.
All right, fill in the blank. Dan, look at his... Guy, I can never say it. Cooking or alpha.
The first one, get.
How do you actually pronounce that? Get.
Look at his get. Dang, look at his get.
Look at his booty.
His peach. Oh.
Who is this? Skippy Toilet Man, Skibbity Toilet, or Paul?
Oh, it's going to be Skibbity.
Oh, it probably says.
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
It's got to be Skibbity Toilet.
I actually don't know.
Skibbity's like a word at the minute. I've
actually never seen.
I've heard
saying.
I've heard her saying Skibbity and ski. That song, ski.
That's nothing to do with it.
No, but Skibbity. And
all right, what's he saying here? Is he saying it's Wednesday? What's up, brother? Special term, special team, special day.
I don't know. With his thumb finger. Wednesday.
No, it's what's up, brother?
I thought it'd be that, but
special team, special. What is it called when someone takes a big bite out of your food?
A liberty.
A phantom tax, a friend transaction, or a phantom tax?
Oh my gosh, you've been saying this for ages that it's a tax.
I call it a dad tax. If I make toast for someone in the house,
you like this is tax.
You're always going to get it with a bite.
Okay, so it must be something tax. So phantom tax.
Phantom tax or phantom?
Phantom? I don't know.
Okay. I was gonna say phantom. I didn't know that one. What is good tongue? What is good? There's a tongue tie. What is good tongue posture called? Lofting, gleeking, or mewing?
Gleeking.
No, it's mewing.
What does that mean? What, you hold your tongue in the right place?
Yeah, you hold your tongue like above. Is it like you put it against the roof of your mouth and then it makes your jawline look better? So put your tongue at the top of your mouth and push it. See how these little muscles here come out? That's mewing. Anyway, what is the term for someone higher than an alpha? Highness, Sir, Lord of the Risness, or a Sigma?
Oh, is it that Risness one again then?
I think it's a Sigma.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Damn these trick questions.
What one are you going for, sir?
Risness.
Sigma. What is the name of the purple McDonald's drink? Grimace Shake.
Yes, the Grimace Shake.
Punt. Yeah.
I saw this one.
Yeah, obviously that, because might help. You got 11 out of 12.
No,
because you actually got a few of those wrong, but then I said it, so then they clicked the one that I said.
Oh, okay.
But I do think it actually does show that I actually do watch way too much TikTok, because I pretty much knew all of those.
I say this all the time. That's probably my honey, we need to talk. Is that you are always on TikTok. I actually have to say to you, like, are you ready? Are you going to put your phone down and like actually help me out now? And you're like, oh yeah. Still,
it's so addictive though. Like, and I get like, everyone's TikTok is different because you get served the stuff that you're into. But my stuff is always like, especially, you know, like in America. When
some true crime things. Yeah.
So much crime stuff. But also,
like 5-10 minute episodes. You're basically watching a movie.
I've literally watched a whole documentary on there, piece by piece. Like, but you know, in America, they obviously wear the body cams on the police. And the police are like, the police in America are crazy. Like, it's nuts. I literally get so sucked into those TikToks all the time. People getting like tased, shot.
I know. Yeah, I know. I'm the one telling you to come off it. I can hear it.
Yeah, but all right. So picture this, right? I'm 4 parts in. Yeah, I've watched 4 parts. I don't know what the outcome is, and you want me to just get up and help. I'm like, I need to know how this ends.
Not always like that. Sometimes, but not always like that.
I need to know how this ends.
Sometimes you're just like, shum, shum, shum.
It is addictive. So as you guys know, every week we like to read out some dilemmas from our audience, and we like to give them some of our advice. Why are you laughing?
Is open your eyes a little bit more. Why are you saying it like that?
Because I'm looking wise. I'm like, it's deep. You close your eyes when you're doing deep thinking.
We sometimes like to.
We like to break off a little bit of advice.
Anyway, but we've moved up in the world.
What? Why have we?
Because of Joel's phone always going off in the podcast. We've now got it up on the screen so we can both read the dilemma.
But my phone's still going off. So we haven't really achieved anything, have we?
We're going to have to leave it over there next time.
Right, do you want to read it out then? Because I always have to read it and I actually hate reading.
Okay, so, I can read it.
Go on then.
Okay, so basically I'm a female that's 20 and my partner, male 20, moved in together in April 2024 after having our baby girl in September 23. It's definitely had its challenges. My main challenge is I feel like I'm more his mum than his fiance, and it feels like a chore for asking him to do his part sometimes. It's frustrating because when I speak to my mum about it, she says, he's a man, is what happens. But why does it have to be that way? I make a list of things to get done, that's fine, but... Wait, what? I make a list of things to get done, that's fine. But do I also have to add to that list to pick the things that's his? Oh my gosh, that's...
Do you know what I hate more than reading it? Listening to you reading it.
Yeah, it's actually really frustrating.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's because I'm trying to take in what it's saying.
That's how I feel when I read the dilemmas.
As well as reading it. So then it's, yeah.
Let me finish it off for you.
Okay, start with the it's frustrating bit.
I can't find that. I make a list of things to get done, that's fine. But I also have to add to the list to pick up things that's on the floor, in the middle of the room. This has caused constant arguments now. Any advice?
Oh,
I might step out the room for this.
No, I actually feel like
I might get personally attacked.
I feel like you'll be the best at trying to give advice because there is a very stereotypical thing of like, oh, the man doesn't do that. Like a lot of the older generation grew up like that, where the women would be at the house doing things at the house and the men didn't. But you are helpful. Yes, it's been a challenge to get you there.
Can we clip this on TikTok?
No.
Can we just...
No.
Say it again. Clear.
I also did. We also did have an argument the other day where I said to you,
no,
I'm
you were
not
doing
your
so
mum.
well.
No,
you were doing so well. We were going so good.
So don't be all big-headed. Like, can we clip this? No, I'm thinking that you can try and give advice because what did make you help? How did you end up being help? Like
20 years of nagging. What do you think, Jake? Okay, in all seriousness, okay, I found it incredibly hard. Like when we first moved in together. We were like 18, 19, whatever. It was a struggle for both of us because I lived at my house in my room at home like a slob. Always messy. Like, obviously I'm just doing things on my terms. Like I might clean my roommate once a month or whatever, leave dirty dishes around. Like that's how I live my life. So it was such a shock for me to then live together. I remember once you made such a point. You were like, it's your turn to do the dishes tonight. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Those dishes sat there for a week, right? To the point we had to throw them in the bin because you just thought, I'm going to see.
I had to see it through. It was hell. It was the longest, hardest week in my life.
And it weren't that I was being stubborn and I was like, I'm not going to do it. I was just like looking at them like, I'll get around to them. But obviously I didn't. So I kind of feel like it sounds really, really bad, but I feel like Sarah kind of like house trained me, right? I came to you like feral, wild animal.
I also do remember there was a time, so when I'd been away for a weekend and you had, back then it was like Casey and Grace and the house. And I remember you saying like, I actually don't know how you do it. I can't physically keep this house tidy and have the kids. I think you then appreciated what I then did and how hard it was so that then you did become a little bit more helpful. I think it was once you was in a bit more of that deep end and the understanding of it. Because sometimes when things are just being done, you don't realize how much is being done. You don't realize how much we're doing.
Yeah. I also don't think as well, like I think that people might think that it's like I know we're being stereotypical, but stereotypical, the man is kind of more inclined to be like this. It was never a case of like, I'm the man, I go to work, I shouldn't do this. It was more a case of like, this doesn't come naturally to me. I don't come in the house and see the mess. I just physically don't see it. I like walk over the mess because that's just how my brain is. And also the mess doesn't bother me the way it bothers you. So like when I have the kids, when you're away, I will let the house go to absolute shit, right? And then when they're in bed, I will spend, I say no more than an hour, I can have the house back tidy. Not your level of tidy, my level of tidy, right? For me, I'd rather do that. I'd rather not constantly tidy throughout the day, like tidy. You do the opposite. You will get up in the morning, tidy. Then an hour later, the kids have messed it. We're tidying again. So we spend all day. Yeah. Whereas I'm like, it's more efficient to put the kids to bed, spend 1 hour tidying all together, like spend the whole hour just like doing it.
Yeah.
It makes more sense for me, right? So we operate different, but when we're both in the house together, you want me to operate on your way, which I get because it stresses you out, but I don't operate like that.
Yeah. I don't think you do a lot of things just off the back. So I'm going back to what she's asking, like how we get her to help. I think if I really want your help in a lot of things, I do write you a list, or I would explain to you, like, before we get to chill out tonight, I've got a few things to do. This is it. What do you want to help out with? Like, I don't.
Also, guys, none saying like, what do you want to help out with? And you saying nothing isn't actually an option. It sounds like it could be an option.
It's not.
Like,
it's definitely not.
It's a loaded question.
It's not. But that whole thing of like, and even like recently I've said to you, the whole thing of like with your phone, I'm like, can you set an alarm on your phone at 7 p.m. every evening? I don't want to have to be telling you and telling the girls it's bedtime hour, start to calm down and stuff. Like, I should have you on board of that. But it doesn't, again, like you said, it don't come naturally to you where you think, oh, it's 7 o'clock. But if an alarm goes off on your phone now, how helpful have you been every day at 7 o'clock?
Yeah, even when I'm not there. Last night, I was like still working at 7 p.m. I was like, I nearly called you to tell you to put them to bed. Because I thought, how's she going to know I'm not there?
Then why was you calling me at bedtime? You literally called me.
Because my alarm went off. I was like,
you literally called me. I'm like,
Sarah, you better get in bed.
I'm like, hello. You're like, I don't really call you for anything, just a hi. I'm like,
it was 35 minutes past 7, so you should have had them in bed.
They were in bed. You know this. You know.
Okay, so
I think what we're trying to say is like, I think men, or maybe some men, because there are some men that I do know find this naturally, but if your partner is not finding it natural, I think lists is the best way. Like, I know it is really hard.
One of the things that I would say is try like kitchen, I've mastered, right? You never have to tell me kitchen. Like if we've been cooking dinner, like I can do the kitchen. I won't even be asked. I won't leave it. I will always clean the kitchen, the table, wipe everything down, like spotless, right?
Yeah.
That I can do. Like my brain computes that, right? So I'd say, I know it sounds so stupid, but you kind of do have to house train him. So start with the kitchen and be like, okay, cool. Can you be responsible for the kitchen? Because I'm being responsible for the rest of the house. And then once you kind of got that, then you can kind of work on other areas.
And even that, when you used to the kitchen, I would, as in when you say training, like you'd do the kitchen, you'd think it was just the dishwasher. And I'd say, you have to wash the sides. It's not complete until the dishwasher and the sides are done. You'd be like, okay, cool. Then when you got that, I was like, it's not complete unless you wash out the sink. Like you have to do the dishwasher, the sides and the sink. Now,
yeah,
it's all good. Like,
well, I needed to learn these things, right?
Yeah.
So I also would say that if he's not like seeing it the way you see it, that's also why he won't just go and tidy it, because he's not seeing it. So there might be certain things you might just need to say, like, you're going to have to tidy that.
There's things like you pick your battles. For example, like I've never asked you to do a wash load. You wouldn't, I don't even think you'd really know what you must know how to put it on, because
I know.
You probably have no idea what's
top or bottom. Which one is it? There's the one at the bottom and the one at the top.
Like I like the kitchen. I know you can do that. I'm like, you sort the kitchen, but I wouldn't get you to do a wash load. So I don't know. It's really hard.
But how old are they? 20. We were at 20. Like, yeah, it's going to take time.
It does take time, but it is.
I don't know how the best way to say this. Like
communicating and writing down. I would say the best time I get, and I do this with Casey and Grace as well, like, or the little ones. If I need everyone's a little bit of help because it's a lot of stuff to do, I'll just write it down. I'm like, can we all just pick a few things? Get it done. Come and cross it off or put your initial next to it that you've done it. Like, let's just get it done together.
And just for the record, right? Just to go back, I don't not do these things because I think Sarah should do them. I don't do them because even when Sarah's not there, I don't do them. I'm just more happy. I'm okay with living in a mess and then occasionally tidying it. So that's why. Not because I think, oh yeah, Sarah should just do it.
No.
Right, so we want to start doing this new thing, right? Where we basically like pick out like our favorite comment from the previous episode that someone left us. It can either be the top comment, like the comment that got the most likes, or it can also just be a comment that was like our favorite. Well, for this week, because we weren't very prepared, we just said, right, pick the top comment, yeah? Which had 88 likes. For a YouTube comment, that's quite a lot. This is what it says. At this point, the pod is becoming Sarah and Joel arguing for 50 minutes straight. And I'm here for it. What was that? I can't even think what that episode was. Is that what this podcast is? It's me and you arguing. Do you know what? In a way, like, it's kind of, it's like my favorite parts of the podcast when we actually argue. I know it sounds bad.
Yeah, because we don't really mean it.
No, because we're messing, it's banter.
Yeah,
but that's like, sometimes it's like, oh, we're talking about stuff we did. It's like, oh yeah, cool. But then when there's like a thing that we can kind of have a bit of a back and forth, I'm kind of like, I'm here for it as well. Yeah. So guys, make sure you do comment on all of the episodes because we will read out your comments if they're our favorite or they get the most likes on there. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel because as you guys know, we are trying to hit 100k subscribers.
Woo!
Okay, so we've got 82,000. We're close. And I think we said that when we hit 100,000, we're going to do a drunk episode and Sarah's going to pants me.
I wasn't back. I think we need to just...
I'm looking forward to the pantsing. No?
Oh, okay, fine. All right, we're pants you.
We all are. Okay, so yeah, that's it.
Thank you guys. See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.